Yeah, that's right. I'm filming this the exact same day as I'm filming the DeCapo one. What the fuck are y'all gonna do? It's my channel. I can do whatever I want. I love Konosuba. You can probably tell because of the ungodly amount of Konosuba content that I have made. And here's another one to add to that list. One of my favorite characters in Konosuba is Darkness. She is funny, she's cute, and she has a big personality. And as such, I am working on a Darkness deck. For real this time. And before I make a deck profile, I want to talk about one of the cards that is a personal favorite of mine in the entire game. I say that about every single card, but for real, this is one of my favorite cards. Darkness from the first Konosuba set. This card is a 3/2 Adventurer Warriors character, and it has 4 effects. It states that if your opponent has a level 3 or higher character, it gets -1 level in your hand. It gains 1k5 power and hexproof if you have 2 or more other characters, and at the start of your opponent's draw phase, if this card is in the center stage, choose one of your characters and they gain 4k power until the end of the turn. And during this card's battle, if the damage you receive is not cancelled, you can pay 2, ditch a card, and you burn your opponent for the same amount of damage. This card is so good. I do wish that it was a little stronger in the power department. It does only go up to 10k power with hexproof with 2 other characters on the field. You are able to burn your opponent during their turn, which does make it super risky to go all out against this card. The 4k power is for any character, and that does include itself. And lastly, this card is an early drop if your opponent has a level 3 or a higher character. This card is a fucking beast. It gains all of these effects very easily. There is no climax combo in this card, so you could run up to 1 to maybe even 4 of these and not have it clash with whatever climax combo that you are running. Now, you do need to wait for them to be at level 3 or for them to have an early drop, because early drops lose a level in their hand and not on the field. In card games, you generally do not want your opponent to gain the upper hand or go too far in their combos. In Weiss, when your opponent has an early drop, that generally means that they are ready to start pushing in for damage and they're ready to finish you off with their level 3 combos when they get there. Or they're going to stall and start setting up their level 3 combos. Regardless, early drops are great extenders, good for defense and offensive plays. You don't want your opponent to get the upper hand. That is why decks run anti-early drop cards. Now, to relate all of this into the Darkness, what if I told you that you don't need to wait for your opponent to have an early drop for this to come out early? We're going to talk about 2 cards. These cards can increase the level of a character on the field. Just the field. It doesn't have to be your own cards. Model Knight? The question mark is in there. The question mark's important. Darkness is a global 500 and rest this card. Choose another character and they gain a level until the end of your opponent's turn. Dead on accuracy Darkness is a level assist 500 forward, and once per turn when you play a character, choose another character and they gain a level for the turn. So if your opponent does have a bomb, you can effectively go around it by just plussing 1 level. Granted, if you do that, your cards are susceptible to anti-early drops as well, specifically backups. So if you're at level 0, they have a level 0 bomb, use the Darkness, plus 1 level. We did it! So with these 2 on the field, you can effectively get a level 1 card to level 3. Each card can only increase the level of a card once per turn. The level 0 needs to rest itself, and level 2 is just a soft once per turn. You are going to run more of the level 0 Darknesses than you are the level 2, but both are still good. And hey, you can even give a character plus 1 level, drop the 3/2 Darkness on them, and then play this 2/1 anti-early drop bomb Darkness for extra spice. Hey, welcome to Cooking with Lunchbox. I'm going to show you how to make a great meal. So first things first, you're going to get some rice, try to pack it in super tight in a bowl, and then you're going to get some spicy tech and just shove it right in there, and you're all set. Enjoy. Hell yeah, that's some good ass spice right there. Now we need to talk about everyone's favorite topic, erratas. I know. We have a lot of fun on this channel. Bushiroad has a terrible track record of keeping things correct. Believe it or not, both of these support cards have erratas. Model Knight? Again, the question mark's important. Darkness was originally printed with an auto effect, and you can only choose one of your characters. When it actually is an act effect, you could choose any character on the field. Same with the 2/1 Darkness. This was originally printed to where you can only target your characters. I mentioned in my erratas of 2019 video, but I will reiterate it here as well. This is not how those cards worked, but the player base knew that these cards did not work like this because we have a wonderful translation community. For real? Go think a translator. They work hard just so we can play the game. For us normies, so us normies can play the game. Before the set was even out in English, we knew that this was how the deck was supposed to be played because the Japanese players were using the 0-0 darkness to call the 3-2 early. What is funny to me is that the same translation mistake was done twice on both of these cards. I mean, well, it's not like funny, like ha 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 funny, you know, it's like tragic. Can't believe I'm gonna say this, but erratas are a tradition in English Weiss Schwarz at this point, but they get fixed, and you know, fixed is in quotes. They could have reprinted these cards, giving them the new effects, that way we actually have it on the physical cards instead of just going to a website. One easy way to give us updated text on these cards is by giving us the Konosuba re-edit set. But instead of doing that, they're gonna change the effect of this 2-1 backup instead. Link to the story, I did talk about this at the top and in the description below. The 3-2 darkness used to be a staple in the Konosuba decks. Now you could take it or leave it. It has been slowly power crept out, but it still pops up in decks every now and then. This card is great. The effect is easy to use. You can easily call it out using your own cards, or if you go second and your opponent overextends. It's good on offense and it's great on defense. It really does fit the character too. And with that, thank you all for watching. I did make a waifu darkness deck. No, you didn't. I mean, I kinda did. I'm actually going to be working on a real one, and I'm going to build it when Legend of Crimson does come out, so be on the lookout for that in the future. Once again, thank you all for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more Weiss Schwarz news and content, and I'll see y'all in the next video. That was a bad idea.